From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with the medium range forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, June 23rd. Well, following our oppressive heat and humidity through the middle of the week, there is some good news late this week into the upcoming weekend. The heat is going to peel back a bit, but don't let that fool you because the oppressive humidity is going to be sticking around, but at least the heat and humidity won't be of the dangerous variety from Friday through the weekend. So without further ado, let me start by jumping right on into the Canadian model for 2 p.m. on Thursday. And what you'll notice here is that upper level ridge or heat dome is going to be continually suppressed farther to the south and west late this week. Now, with that being said, it's still going to be very hot and potentially even dangerously so on Thursday. High temperatures will still likely be in the low to mid 90s and factor in the high humidity with dew points in the low to mid 70s, and heat indices still will likely top out between 100 and 105 degrees on Thursday afternoon. So remember to drink plenty of non-alcoholic beverages, wear loose-fitting light-colored clothing, and take frequent breaks from the heat to minimize the risk of heat exhaustion or heat stroke if you have prolonged outdoor activities on Thursday. But fortunately, the good news is that on the northern periphery of this ridge, as it continues to be suppressed farther south and west, we should see scattered showers and thunderstorms erupt Thursday afternoon and evening, so we could see some cooling relief in the form of those showers and storms, generally between 4 and 9 p.m. on Thursday. You'll see the same thing here on the Euro. It's going to be very hot throughout the day on Thursday until those showers and thunderstorms arrive later in the afternoon and the evening. And more good news is you'll notice this Canadian high pressure system is beginning to build into southeastern Canada and northern New England later in the day on Thursday, and that becomes even more pronounced on Friday. That Canadian high pressure system is going to build into the Canadian Maritimes by Friday afternoon, and as a result, there's going to be this sneaky backdoor cold front, or a cold front that moves from the northeast to the southwest out of New England. The question becomes, how far south and west does this front get Friday afternoon? The Canadian model suggests that it basically reaches the Susquehanna River and stops. If the Euro's right, it pushes a little bit farther south and west into the higher terrain of central PA and western Maryland. So just how far south and west that backdoor front gets will really determine how much cooling relief we see on Friday. If the Euro's right and that front pushes really far to our south and west, then high temperatures may struggle to reach 80 degrees. But if that front's a little less aggressive and it stalls farther to the north and east, then we could still be dealing with a very hot and humid day on Friday with high temperatures around 90 degrees. Right now, I think we're going to see some sort of middle ground solution. It's still going to be humid on Friday with high temperatures in the mid 80s, so the heat wave should end after Thursday. Along with this backdoor cold front, we will still see a chance of some scattered showers and storms, mainly Friday afternoon. If the front pushes farther south and west and we have this stronger easterly flow off the Atlantic, then the probability of thunderstorms would be less across eastern PA. If that backdoor front stalls in far eastern parts of the state or even farther north and east across New Jersey, then scattered showers and thunderstorms could really be widespread across the lower Susquehanna Valley Friday afternoon and evening. So either way you slice it, we're going to see some sort of heat relief on Friday, either in the form of that cool easterly flow or afternoon showers and thunderstorms. So that will spell the end to the heat wave on Friday, but it could be short-lived. You'll notice that there is this weak area of low pressure over Michigan by Friday afternoon. The European also has that over lower Michigan. Well, that's going to track to our north Friday night into Saturday, and that's going to boot that Canadian high pressure system farther off to the north and east, such that by the time we get to Saturday afternoon, it looks like the flow is going to turn south or southwesterly again. So don't be surprised if temperatures are back in the upper 80s to low 90s again on Saturday. Dew points are also going to be very high, so heat indices could be around 100 degrees Saturday, even with temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90, with those dew points in the mid to perhaps even upper 70s. It's going to be very stifling and sticky outside for the start of the upcoming weekend. The European model is also in good agreement with the Canadians, showing that low pressure system move to our north and that southwesterly flow return on Saturday. However, there is going to be a weak trailing cold front extending south and west from that low, so do expect another round of showers and thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and evening. As we move into Sunday, perhaps that cold frontal boundary pushes to our south and east. Maybe a weak bubble of high pressure settles over the eastern Great Lakes region. If, with that being said, I still would allow for a chance of a shower or thunderstorm in the forecast. Very typical summer-like weather here looking into the upcoming weekend, but perhaps the storms are less numerous than what they are on Saturday and more isolated Sunday afternoon. In the best case scenario, that front pushes south of the Mason-Dixon line and much of the Commonwealth just stays dry Sunday afternoon. But I would definitely make sure to keep an umbrella handy throughout the entire weekend and be prepared to more to move outdoor activities inside, at least for a brief period of time. With that being said, it's still going to be rather warm and still pretty humid on Sunday, even if the front does move through. Dew points will still be in the upper 60s to around 70, with high temperatures in the mid 80s to around 90. So again, very typical of late June and heading into early July. So taking a look at the medium range forecast, partly sunny, still very hot and humid on Thursday with scattered showers and T-storms in the afternoon, high 92. Variably cloudy and humid, but cooler on Friday with a chance of showers and T-storms. That 84 does have some wiggle room. We could be in the upper 70s. It still could be around 90 Friday, but I think that's a good middle ground for now. Partly sunny, very warm and humid again Saturday with a chance of showers and T-storms, high 88. Very similar conditions on Sunday, except only an isolated shower or storm with high temperatures around 90. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Medium Range Forecast. Tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, stay cool and stay dry out there through the upcoming weekend.